Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Sophia Taberne, and today I'm joined by Executive Director Jeremy Lynn and Director of Operations Scarlet Davies for Students United Against Poverty at Penn State. Thank you so much for coming in to chat with us this evening, Scarlet and Jeremy. So first, let's get started. How did you guys first hear about and get involved with Students United Against Poverty?
So I first found out about the organization through one of my best friends, who was actually one of the founding members of the organization, and she told me all about the mission and about how many students she had helped, and so I thought, why not? So I applied, got into the organization, and I've been in it for 3 years now, and I've loved every single part of it.
That's great.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having us.
Of course.
And I joined last semester, my second semester as a freshman, because I heard about it from our previous UPUA president, Zion Sykes, and he just mentioned about all the good work that Students United Against Poverty was doing, and I wanted to get involved. So,
Yeah, that's great. So can you guys tell me a little bit more about your roles as Executive Director and Director of Operations?
Yeah, of course. So in my role as executive director, I manage the entire organization. So we have 4 separate committees. We have a finance committee, marketing. We also have operations, which deals with the stocking of our basic needs hub. And then we also have government and community relations. So I'm in charge of overseeing those committees, as well as hearing out any problems from students and finding solutions for those problems.
Awesome.
yeah, and then kind of what Jeremy mentioned, we have a director, like an operations committee, so we organize the basic needs hub and sort of try to create events where we can get donations, because we're an organization run entirely off donations. So our basic needs hub, we have anything from toiletries to food to various clothing products or items, and yeah, so we organize events for that, and then we also do volunteer events, because a big part of the other aspect of our org is that we volunteer as a group. And so, yeah, it's kind of what our community does.
I saw you guys really publicize the Basic Needs Hub on your social media. So I just wanted to ask you guys a little bit more about that. How can students donate? How does that work?
Yeah, so that mainly will be through, so we have our Instagram, which is Penn State SUAP, and on that you can find our link to our Amazon wish list, and in that Amazon wish list you can purchase any items, and that goes directly to our Basic Needs Hub. But also, if you see something on there that you maybe know that you could donate or you could get easily, you could just take it right to our Student Care and Advocacy office, which is in Buki 222. And so, yeah, those are our main forms of donations right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. So for students looking for different ways to get involved, what kind of events does Students United Against Poverty usually hold?
Yeah, so we typically have a lot of volunteer events. So we work with our community partners, such as Out of the Cold Homeless Shelter. We also work with Abba Jabba, St. Andrew's Church, and we also work with a lot of student organizations like Lions Pantry, Student Farm, and Food Recovery Network to plan different events where students can give back to the Penn State community.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and then also coming up in October, we have an event with Housing Transitions, which is an organization that works to accommodate the needs of people who are trying to find homes, and we're actually moving furniture on October 31st. So that's our first volunteer event, but as the year progresses, we hope to find more ways to volunteer in the community, and then also we are hoping to collaborate with more student-run organizations on campus, such as like the Pan-Hellenic Council, and yeah.
Yeah. So there's obviously a lot of opportunities for students to get involved, which is great to hear. But as we know, there's so many different service organizations on Penn State's campus. Why is Students United Against Poverty different than all of these other organizations?
So we are mainly different because we are not just a student organization, but a student affiliate organization. So we are tied to one of the Penn State offices here, the Student Care and Advocacy office. So we work closely with students who might be facing any sort of hardship, as well as we don't just cater to some students, we cater to all 48,000 students here on Penn State's campus. And so we try to provide as many resources as we possibly can for those students.
Oh, that's amazing. So lastly, I want to ask you guys, what are your goals for the organization for this upcoming year? What are you guys working on?
Yeah, so for us, we're really trying to recruit a lot more members. We're trying to get the ball rolling and really spread awareness for what we do, because it's super important, and not many students know that we have a lot of resources available to help them out. And so I think that's one of the biggest pushes for us this year.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that is like broadening our outreach and just letting the Penn State students know who we are, what we're about, and ways for them to get involved, and more consistent opportunities to volunteer, and just, yeah, making it known.
Well, unfortunately, that is all of the time that we have for today. Scarlett and Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us this evening and telling us about your experiences with Students United Against Poverty. Now stick around because coming up next, Lauren and Annika will have the latest news from across the nation.